All right, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our morning market update and live trading session for Wednesday, October the 18th. I think, yeah, it is Wednesday, October the 18th. It's George Pappas off TRADEPRO Academy. And we got Victorio here as well. At some point, I'm hoping he'll come in and at least say hi. He's a little shy. The TLC song "Shy Guy" was about him. Bad reference. All right, let's get things started. This morning, we're going to talk about a few of the earnings announcements from last night. We're going to talk about some economic news in the morning. And we're also going to look at some Federal Reserve speak, why equities are pushing to new all-time highs before the open, some housing start numbers, and it's a pretty jam-packed morning session. And I'd love to hear from you guys as well, what you want to see in these morning market updates. We do them every day, and we spend a considerable amount of time and energy, and I want to make them as good as you expect them to be. So I'd love to hear from you in the comment box for today, what you want to see in these, what you want to see included, what you want to hear us talk about, how we can make it more relevant to you. All right, so I'd love it if you did that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get started. So last night, there's a few big earnings. Goldman Sachs was one of the big names that was actually during the market hours down 2.5% yesterday closed after it took a really big hit on bond trading revenue. CSX is up 2.6%. So these are companies you want to follow. They have had earnings in the last 24 hours. You definitely want to have them on your radar just to sense how the market's moving overall. IBM's up 4.5% after hours with really impressive future guidance. So they've increased the guidance of the expectation of earnings in that company, and investors are loving it. All right, Johnson & Johnson's up 3.5% by new cancer drug revenues. We have Morgan Stanley up 0.3% and United Health up 5.6%, beating earning estimates. And Donald Trump's comments yesterday put a little bit of a bid in the healthcare sector. And what happened was there was a bipartisan. They basically agreed to delay these insurance company subsidies. And that being the case, that means healthcare companies are going to continue to receive those subsidies. It was good for the stock. So biotechs and healthcare exploded. And United Health was one of those companies that standed to benefit from it. UNH, that's a symbol. Keep an eye out for that one as well. All right, in today's markets, looking quite flat on the open. In Asia, we're up. Japan's up 0.1%. Hong Kong's up 0.1%. China's up 0.3%. India's down 0.1%. You see a little bit of a flat trade here in Asia. In Europe, at midday, London was up 0.3%. Paris was up 0.6%. Frankfurt up 0.6%. So a lot of excitement in the European markets here. And futures, Dow Jones is up 0.3% in the United States. S&P's up 0.1%. Nasdaq's up 0.1%. Crude oil up 0.9%. Crude oil up to 52.34. And currently trading 52.43 on some commentary from OPEC and on some real good stats yesterday at 4:30 on API inventory numbers. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. This morning we had housing starts. The release came out at 1.13 million versus 1.1 expected. Slight miss on housing starts. All right, the prior was revised higher from 1.18 to 1.83, so that's a little bit bullish. The current month miss, the prior was revised higher. That's a little bit of a wash. Building permits were down to 1.22 million versus 1.25. So overall, a slight weakness here from the housing starts number early on in the morning. Next event on the calendar is at 10 a.m. You got Atlanta Fed's business inflation expectations. That's at 10:30. We got a big one. EIA, or the Department of Energy Petroleum Inventories. That's very important. What is it going to tell you? It's going to tell you if there's a stockpile build or a draw in crude oil inventory, gasoline, and other products as well. So that's a very important number in about an hour and 20 minutes time. All right, some cool statistics here. It took Ronald Reagan 2 years on a bipartisan basis to get a tax deal done. The Republicans are trying to get this thing pushed through within 1 year, less than 1 year. All right, Donald Trump's presidency is now approaching the 1 year term, and they want to get this bill on the desk of Donald Trump and signed by end of December. That's the goal. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin was speaking about that on Fox. It was a news special report, and that's what he mentioned. And that put a little bit of excitement into the market because you're going to get tax reform, and you're going to also get it probably before the end of the year. That's the goal. And remember, markets don't care if they think something's possible. They just price it in as soon as they hear it, and then it gets bid up. So really, the best advice they give you in the market is buy the rumor, sell the news. By the time it becomes news, you don't want to be getting in, you want to be getting out. All right, and I've dealt with that before with some of our students who have struggled. We talked about it this morning with somebody saying, no, some students say, well, the price moved. How come? Why is it up? And do you really want to answer that question? Do you really care why it's up? Is that going to make you money? What's going to make you money is being in the trade. So sometimes you got to shoot first, ask questions second in trading. You got to get in. You see the momentum jump to the upside, and then oftentimes they'll take a trade. It'll go up 5-6 points. not in these markets, but back in the old days, the good old days where we would actually move 4 points a day. You'd get into a trade, you'd make the money. What happens? You see the news, oh, this happened, the market's up because of this, and it happens after the fact. So by the time you know it, it's too late to trade it. And I really want to share that message with you guys when you're trading. All right, dollar and Mexican peso get a little bit of strength and reverse their losses from yesterday's news that the NAFTA deal will be pushed out to 2018. There is the negotiation process looked like it could go sour, and that caused some pressure in the market. Now they've pushed it to 2018. Victor almost had an accident. They pushed it to 2018, and sorry, that totally threw me off. They pushed it to 2018, and that's excitement because the deal might get done after all, and we don't have to deal with the problems right now of the fallout. It's pushed off to next year, so that's a positive thing. Let's talk about what Fed's Kaplan said this morning at 8:24 in the morning. He said overall economy is solid. 2017 GDP growth is just under 2.5%. It takes 2.9% or 3% GDP growth in order to sustain the new tax plan. Do you guys know that? We need 3 percentage points of GDP on an ongoing basis in order for this tax plan to be revenue neutral. So 2.5%, as Kaplan says, is great, solid economy. I don't think so, Kaplan. Not with what's coming down the pipeline from Trump and the administration. All right. Fed's Dudley, he's a Dove, he's an FOMC voter as well, said the following: no reason that expansion has to end of old age. Not vulnerable to recession at this time. Interested in making sure the prosperity is shared. Blah, blah. Basically, he just said that he's acknowledged that this rally and this upside swing in the economy has been going on since 2009. It's been a late cycle. It's been going on for a while, but he said there's no reason it can't continue. He's kind of reassuring the market. The market liked to hear that as well, so it's going up to new all-time highs because of that, because of Steve Mnuchin on the news yesterday, and because of Chinese Congress last night was really bullish, and they put some bid into Asian equities, which spilled over to European and the U.S. I'll tell you something this morning. I got a feeling this thing's going to sell off. I got a feeling we're going to open on the high. I really do. I think we're going to open on the high. There's low volume. We've gone up for 3 weeks. It's been low volume. I think we're going to open on the high. Some retail traders are going to start buying. It's going to exhaust itself about 9:45, 9:50 before 10 a.m. And we get a big sharp reversal and a drop on nice volume. I'm saying you're going to get 5 to 6 handles at least on the S&P, maybe 10 plus. On NASDAQ, I wouldn't be surprised to see it move 15 to 20 handles. So stay vigilant on the open. Be cautious, but step on it if the time and opportunity permits. All right. Let's end it off by saying this. OPEC said the following at 8:49, and that put a little bit of bid in the equity market, or not in the equity market, in the oil market rather. They said that they could postpone a decision on extending current production cuts until early 2018 if markets are performing well at the upcoming biannual meeting. So basically, if oil is continuing to go up, there's no need for them to have a meeting to try to help oil go up. You know what I mean? It's already doing what it's supposed to. So they could postpone it to 2018. But this is the second part of the comments, what really made oil jump. Reportedly leaning towards a 9-month extension. So they're confirming that when they do talk about the extension, as of March, when it expires, they're going to talk about 9 months. So that's going to bring it all the way up to the end of next year. You're going to have production cut quotas by OPEC. It's pretty bullish for oil, and it popped on the price action. All right, yesterday on oil, we're going to finish off by saying this because we're going to trade oil today. It's a big day for oil. Weekly API numbers, a private release last night. It came out at minus 7.1 million barrels versus a 3.1 million expectation to the plus side. So it really showed a big drawdown of inventory. This was a big, massive draw, which means less demand, or sorry, less supply rather, with the equal or higher demand. Price should go up. And oil didn't care at all. I sent you guys that in the newsletter to subscribers. I said, big draw happened on crude. Oil didn't flinch. Very strange. It should be going bid because of this news. This morning with the OPEC comments, it couldn't hold back. Buy stops came out, and we're going to go higher. I think target on oil should be about 52.70 or so. Look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones breaks 23,000 even and holding it. NASDAQ's above 6130. It's too bullish. Everyone's too happy. Too much kumbaya is going around trading this. We're going to get hit today. That's my take on it. And if it continues to go up, don't fight it. Try the short side. If you lose and it's strong to the bullish side, then jump back in on the long side. What I'm going to tell you today is follow volume. We've had a lot of sessions with weak volume. What ends up happening in those situations is there's one day that happens after that on big scale volume, and it's all the longs running to get out of their trade or all the shorts running to cover their shorts. Right now, we haven't had too many shorts. We have nothing but longs. That's why I think it's going to the downside today. All right, look for that short or look for that long stop out trade early on in the session. After the bell, you got American Express, American Airlines, eBay, United Airlines reporting earnings. Good luck to you guys. Have a great day. We'd love to see you in the trading room. We trade together as a group. Give yourself the best chance to be successful. It doesn't really matter if you're trading alone. It doesn't matter if you're profitable or not. The most important part is to be in a group of people to help each other. There's trades that you'll see that the group will bring you to. There's trades that they'll convince you are not the right ones. Yesterday I was getting ready to get long. The group was saying, you know what? They gave me some counterintuitive arguments or some counter arguments on the other side. They convinced me out of a long. I went long oil and I made my day within 20 minutes. Very quick trade, very profitable because I missed the first one. And who knows what would happen if I didn't. You make one trade that's bad and then that spirals to another trade, and then your day's down the tube over something that could have been avoided. So be careful. Join us. We trade in a group. It's a great environment for you to be successful and to thrive. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Let's do the open and kill this thing with the group. Time to do some levels, do some trades, make some money. All right. If you guys have any questions, comments, let us know in the comment box below. Tell us what you'd like to hear. Share, like, click, subscribe. We got a lot of great stuff coming your guys' way. Take care. Have a great day. See you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Patented chaired spin in 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. All right, trade pros. Let me shut down the